What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you see, the boy doing something different today. Y'all know I've learned a lot just from doing reactions about Europe, Australia, and many different other countries around the world. But I decided, this year is the year I will be able to travel and at least see something. I got to see something, travel the world, see a different country. But I wanted to give y'all this video about 6 things that Americans do that will confuse Europeans. I've seen many videos of culture shock, seen many videos, just the difference, and want to just give my experience. I know I probably talk more and and kind of put my, 2 cents in when it came to certain reactions and stuff like that. But now I'm here making my own video, so y'all can see these things that Europeans might find or confuse Europeans that us Americans do. At least my side of the story. So we finna jump into this. So the first thing I put on the list, which it might be, I thought it would be funny on my end. I haven't heard or seen any video that talked about this, but number one is leftovers. Now, I know many people may eat leftovers, love your leftovers and stuff like that, but us Americans, or at least, my side of how I grew up and seen, when we have leftovers, we will put leftovers in different different food containers that we have used. So you might have a butter container or a container that was supposed to be for something else, and you didn't put some leftovers in. Now, I know many people, you can buy different types of containers and stuff like that you can put leftovers in. But growing up, this how we do it. I think my wife's mom still do it. You got butter container, you got different types of containers, and you're gonna get confused because you thinking you finna go use the butter and it might be green beans left over from a day or so. But I thought that would be funny because I don't know if y'all do that or not, but leftovers, that might confuse you, because it still confused me when I go to my granny house or my wife's mom's house and I'm reaching for something and it's not what I expected it to be. The second thing, and it still confuses me, but I've learned a lot, is shoes in the house. Now, I've seen a lot of videos of Europe, mostly Sweden. I believe it was a Sweden video that first showed me that, hey, we take our shoes off before we hit that house. We're not walking around in our shoes. Now, I've been practicing, I've been trying. Sometimes I still forget, like, I pretty much got my shoes on right now for this video, but that was a surprise to me, and it would confuse most foreigners simply because, like, people usually walk around in their shoes in the house. Like, I don't know if it's a big thing. Maybe it's just certain people or certain households that may allow somebody to take their shoes off as they're entering. Usually growing up, I always knew that people took their shoes off if somebody just cleaned their floors or, just got something new done to their floors and they didn't want them messed up. So that was the only time I knew people would allow someone to take their shoes off. So, but other than that, everybody wearing their shoes, walking around in the house, in stores, and different things like that. And I'm gonna throw this in there because it confused me. So I'm throwing in some things that confuse you and me. But I seen someone that was in Sweden on Instagram. They had to take their shoes off to enter the gym. So that's new, because people are walking around in the gym with their shoes. And it might be a little safety hazard knowing that, if a weight fall on your toe, that could hurt pretty bad. But then again, shoes or no shoes, that's gonna hurt. But yeah, shoes in the house, people just walk around with their shoes in the house. Maybe somebody will take them off if they're dirty, but other than that, walking around with shoes in the house. The third thing, which I've seen on so many videos that's talked about, is the Pledge of Allegiance. Yes, in school, everybody does the pledge. I was just subbing at a school yesterday, and guess what? We did the pledge. We not only did we did the American pledge, but we did the Texas pledge as well. This is a thing that us Americans, we just do. I never understood it, and I didn't know until I watched other videos about around the world that nobody else do this but us. I don't think there's still not no explanation on why we do it, but I know that this would definitely confuse some people simply because this. Why are you doing it? Why are we doing this? They don't tell us. Kids just know to stand up, say the pledge, do the pledge, sit down for a moment of silence, and they probably just know that this is just what we do at school. So I know that confuses a lot of people because why is this happening, why are you doing this? And this goes from kids being in pre-K all the way up to high school. If we had to do it at a workplace, that would be different too. But and another thing, we say the national anthem and do the national anthem at every sports function. People are at a basketball game. If it's a varsity basketball game, varsity football game, all you're doing the pledge, you're doing the national anthem. Every game just about. So yeah, I know that would confuse people. If you go to not even professional, just go to a high school sporting event at the highest level, they're probably doing the national anthem before the game starts. Number 4 is the work-life balance. Yes, I've seen a lot of videos talk about the work-life balance in the States and in other countries in Europe. And this is something that will confuse most foreigners simply because living here in the States and knowing that I have to work not only just 40 hours, but plus hours just to, not only, make my money, but please my job, keep my job. It's required of you to work 40 plus hours because people don't realize sometimes some people have to work even off the clock. I remember having to go to work and putting in my 40 for the week, but I didn't get extra money for that. I didn't get money, or I didn't have to dock that. I just worked overtime because I was on a salary. So work-life balance, you working time, you doing your 8 hours, but then you coming home and there's some more things that you need to get done. So this is something that definitely would confuse the Europeans, because me just seeing videos about Europe and seeing some of your comments, y'all like, wait a minute, why you work so much? Why you do so much? And I feel like it's more of a thing of pleasing that company versus pleasing yourself and tending to your own needs. And we just tend to the needs of that company because we know we need a job, we know we need to make money. But this would definitely confuse European, and me just watching videos, I'm not confused no more on it, because even some Americans, I feel like they're so confused on why I have to work all these hours and not realize that, hey, my mental health, all these certain things matter more than me just clocking in, going to work, going home, going to sleep, to wake up and keep doing it over and over again. So work-life balance will definitely confuse a foreigner simply because how much they are appreciated around the world versus here in our own state in the US. Number 5, this is an interesting one. I did see it on one of the videos talk. HOA fees. We stay in a community. We bought a house and we stay in a community, and we have to pay HOA fees. Mind you, HOA fees, the homeowners association, and it's one of those things I feel like it would be necessary to have if your community, your neighborhoods have different necessities, amenities like a pool, a basketball court, playground, maybe even the public, washer and dryer place, a laundromat so you can wash your clothes. But this would definitely confuse foreigner, because I don't know the process it takes to buy a house in Europe, but I do know the process here, and know that we are paying a HOA fee and we have nothing out in our communities. It makes sense to have those different amenities, because now you gotta pay to help keep those up. So me personally, I still don't understand why we have it. And I think even people in our community, they're probably upset that we still have to pay, knowing that this is a fee that y'all are charging us, and where's this money going to? At this point, this money is just being collected and sitting. So HOA fees is definitely something that will confuse Europeans, just because it don't make sense to have if you're not doing nothing in your neighborhood. And lastly, number 6 is taxes. Yes, taxes. Here in the States, when I started watching videos about Europe and how much taxes they paid, I'm like, oh wow. At first, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, wow, I'm glad I don't have to pay all those taxes, because I know you're paying 50%, 50 or more percent on taxes. But just looking at so many videos and seeing everything that they get within those taxes, it started making sense to me, and a lot of things started clicking. And just having conversation with people in the comments, somebody was like, if you think about it, you're technically paying the same thing in the States, because everything you go buy is taxed. So European, as you go to the store and everything, the price you see is the price you pay. Us Americans, the price we see there's going to be an additional tax added to that. And that's on certain things, not everything, but certain things. So pretty much all the things, if you think about everything that we need in our daily life and that we need to purchase on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis, you start seeing those taxes add up. And on the top of that, paying all those taxes, we still have to pay for school, we still have to pay for healthcare. So all of those things are other expenses that are very, very high that are still getting taxed as well. So just that taxes would definitely confuse Europeans, just because like everything you buy, everything you purchase, whatever you're doing with your money, it's going to get taxed. What you see is not what you get, not what you pay. I was just telling my wife, the only place that you see what you see is what you purchase, what you buy, is Whataburger. Whataburger is a big food franchise here in Texas. I've never seen it anywhere else, but go get you a Whataburger. If you ever come to Texas, make sure you go to Whataburger. But that's the only place here that got it right when it came to taxes. They were like, you know what? Let's put on our menu, let's just already have the price that with the taxes included on the menu, so people will know that, hey, if that burger $8, I'm gonna pay $8. If that burger $10.97, I gotta pay $10.97. They're probably the only restaurant I know that got it right when it came to taxes and already including it. But everywhere else, if I was to go purchase a video game, I'm getting taxed. If I was to go purchase a car, I'm getting taxed. And these taxes is by a certain percentage. So I know buying food, going to Walmart, or purchasing food at a restaurant, I'm getting charged $8.25. I'm getting charged an additional 8.25%. So to more people, it's like, oh, that's nothing, you know, once you look at the total and that 8.25% getting taxed on you. But just think how much food, if I'm buying out the week, to the point, how much am I buying for that whole year? The taxes add up. They really do. So I think here in the States, we're probably paying more taxes than anywhere else if we add up what we spend on a day-to-day. But we do have a certain day, and I don't know if this is in Europe, it probably not. But before school starts, we only have a tax-free weekend I feel like for only the purpose of kids returning back to school. Got 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It kind of varies within the month. I believe it's always in August, and we have a tax-free weekend. That's probably the only time we don't get taxed. So, but every other time, we getting taxed to the max. So aside from tax-free weekend, also businesses, nonprofits, those are other ways you'll probably avoid paying taxes. I know having a nonprofit, all you have to do is show that you're registered and have an EIN, and that's another way you would not have to pay taxes. So there's different ways that you can probably not pay taxes, and there are different ways where you're getting taxed on everything. But I believe it's just got to be a beneficial cause, like a nonprofit, you know, where you're giving. So of course, that's something that might confuse Europeans as well, not knowing that if I have a nonprofit organization that, you know, I'm not going to get taxed if I have an EIN number and I'm getting and purchasing things to basically give out to people for free. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for this video. Y'all let me know how I did. Y'all let me know if there's anything else I could add, if I need to do a part 2. Because, you know, there's different things that could confuse Europeans, especially me. I haven't been out the country yet, but that's my plans too, which y'all see probably the culture shock videos come and different things like that. But, you know, being an American, being here all my life, and watching videos about Europe and learning, I can still say some differences and things that I've seen just because I've learned so much more just last year. So hopefully y'all like this. Y'all make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up as it helps the video. Hit that subscribe button. I'm still gonna be doing reactions, so if y'all want to send down those recommendations, y'all could do that as well. But hope y'all enjoyed this. Let me know how I did. Let me know what you think. That's all I have. Y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.